Welcome to this 2-minute PMP exam tip, sponsored by the Project Management Prepcast at pmprepcast.com. Prepare for the PMP exam by watching video presentations just like this one on your portable player. And today's tip is, be sure to answer all the questions on your PMP exam. The PMP exam is a computer-based exam. It has 200 multiple-choice questions. This means that each question has exactly one correct answer. And once the exam starts, you have exactly 4 hours to answer these questions. If you prepared well, this should be a breeze, and most people find 4 hours to be more than sufficient to complete the exam. It took me 3 hours and 58 minutes just because I was feeling sick throughout the exam. Out of the 200 questions that you are going to get, 25 questions are pre-test questions. This means that these are randomly placed test questions throughout the exam and used for research purposes to see whether or not these will be used as real questions in the future exam. These questions will not count towards your final exam. PMI is testing these questions on you to see whether they want to use them. But even though you will only be evaluated on the basis of the other 175 questions that count for the exam, you must still answer all 200 questions because you won't know which are the 25 pre-test questions. One thing that my students ask me again and again is, what is the passing score for the PMP exam? Well, PMI does not release the actual score that is required for you to pass the exam. What they do tell us, however, is that the passing score for all PMI credential examinations is determined by sound psychometric analysis. So, nobody but PMI knows how many questions you have to answer correctly in order to pass. This is important here. Remember that there is no negative marking on the exam. This means you are not penalized for questions that you answer incorrectly. There is just right or wrong for the scoring. This means that if you leave a question unanswered, it will be counted as wrong. So, remember not to leave any questions unanswered. You need to answer them all. If you don't know the answer to a question, well, go ahead and guess, but definitely don't leave it unanswered. After you click on Finish and you submit the exam, you will see on the screen whether you have passed or failed. This takes just about 10 seconds for you to wait, but I promise you, it's going to feel like an eternity. And you will also receive a printed examination report that tells you how you did in the various process groups. And that's it for this tip. Don't forget, if you want more tips like this one, then stop by at pmprepcast.com/tips.